This is going to be a review of section 5.2, the very beginning, simplifying rational expressions. So we already did this first example in class together. What we're going to do is we're going to look at example B, but if you remember me saying I didn't really like how these were set up. So we're going to scribble out example B and we're going to change it to x squared minus 6x plus 9 over x squared minus 9. Let me actually. Okay, so if we're trying to simplify rational expressions, it's pretty easy. If we look at the expression itself, if it looks like it factors, it probably means we're going to factor. So what we're going to do is we're just going to factor each of these. Factor the numerator, factor the denominator, and then look at simplified. So if you're still struggling with factoring, remember to break it down into those smaller steps. The first thing you should look for is some type of DCF. So looking at the numerator expression, x squared minus 6x plus 9, they don't have a common factor. So if there's no factor, we know that it's going to factor those two sets of parentheses. First term we're going to factor is that x squared. X squared in this example will factor to x. The next thing that we can identify is the signs that we're going to use. Remember the phrase sum means same, same as your middle. So in this example, both of our signs are going to be subtraction. And then we're looking at our last term here. We're looking for two numbers that first of all multiply to 9, that add or subtract to this negative 6. That's going to give me negative 3 and negative 3. Once we factor something, we're just going to kind of scribble out the original. We don't no longer need that. We're going to look at the new and improved version. We're now going to look at our denominator, x squared minus 9. This is an example of the difference of 2 squares. Difference of 2 squares factors to literally the same exact expression, opposite signs. We factor the numerator, factor the denominator. However, if we look at the directions, it's asking for us to identify the undefined. So when we're talking about the undefined, we're talking about what x cannot be. And what x cannot be is any value that will make our denominator simplified to 0. So in order to find the undefined, what we're going to do is we're going to take each of these expressions in our denominator and set them equal to 0. So in this example, x cannot equal a positive 3 or a negative 3. Once we identify the undefineds, this is where kind of the fun part comes in. We're looking to simplify. We're looking for a common expression within our numerator and our denominator. So we have an x minus 3 in our numerator. That's going to cancel with an x minus 3 in our denominator. If we look at these second two expressions here, x minus 3, x plus 3, they're similar, but they're not the same, so they won't cancel. Once you cancel as much as you can, to finalize your answer, you're just simply going to write what's left over. So in our numerator, we have an x minus 3. Our denominator, we're going to have an x plus 3. So that would be your final answer.